India Open, the badminton championship that is right now underway in New Delhi. And this is happening at the Indira Gandhi Indoor Stadium. Then during the India Open badminton tournament, players and spectators reported unsanitary conditions and frequent monkey intrusions also now. Several videos have been shared on social media showing monkeys roaming inside the spectator gallery, particularly the gold stand, while players complained of pigeon droppings, poor hygiene within the venue. In fact, players have claimed that the conditions were unfit for an international tournament. And the controversy snowballed after the world number 2 withdrew from the event, citing Delhi's pollution and overall environment as unsuitable, citing unhygienic conditions. 2 Danish players have already have withdrawn from India Open. So they've talked about, they've cited AQI, they've cited the pigeon droppings being on the courts and unhygienic conditions. Now a monkey has also been spotted inside the stadium, as you can see right now. It is right. There were no spectators around, but yes, the fact that the stadium, you can see that there was someone, the monkey is inside, is raising many concerns, and this is the latest controversy. This is the breaking news we have right now. Harsh is joining us live on the broadcast for more. Harsh, tell us more details today. We see that first the 2 Danish players had spoken about the unhygienic conditions, and now on video we also see that a monkey intruded the stadium.
Well, right, we are standing right here in front of the KD Jadhav Stadium in New Delhi, and this is as per the information we have received, as per the official records, this is the official practice venue of the ongoing India Open badminton tournament, which as per the Badminton Association of India is a practice session, a starter pack ahead of the upcoming BWF World Championship that is scheduled to take place in August this year. Now what we have been told so far is there are multiple complaints made by multiple shuttlers that there were monkey sightings inside the stadium, not just here at the practice venue, but also in the Indira Gandhi Indoor Stadium. There were bird droppings that were seen at the venue. However, we also made an attempt to get in contact with Badminton Association of India General Secretary Sanjay Mishra. However, all our calls went unanswered. Despite these allegations being made by the top shuttlers around the world, Indian shuttlers, including PV Sindhu and Lakshya Sen, have said that the playing condition here at the Indira Gandhi Indoor Stadium as well as here at the practice venue seems to be fine. But there are multiple videos now also circulating online that show a monkey going around in the inside in the venue, as well as there are visuals of bird droppings inside the venue. Over to you.
So, there has been a change in the venue this time, and now KD Jadhav is only being used for training purposes, while the Indira Gandhi Stadium is also is actually the site of the venue for the matches. Are there complaints coming in only for the KD Jadhav Stadium, or it's also there are complaints raised within the Indira Gandhi Stadium as well?
As per the information we have received and as per the social media videos that are now going viral, despite the change in the venue and despite the KD Jadhav Stadium being considered as only the practice venue, there are problems with the Indira Gandhi Indoor Stadium as well. The social media videos that are now going viral have shown there was a monkey spotted inside the stadium. There were bird droppings, but the problems remain persistent since India is a country that is ambitious to host Olympics. It is preparing to host the upcoming BWF World Championship in August 2026, and this is considered to be the practice of what is upcoming in the months to come. And hence it becomes important for us because India is a country that is known for good hospitality, and when such complaints emerge from top shuttlers from around the world, it becomes a problem.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. We also have Joseph Hoover, Indian sports journalist, live from Bengaluru. Mr. Hoover, well, this, of course, is a great cause of concern, and there are many questions being raised from different quarters. There are, questions being raised that India is preparing to hold. They are, bidding for the Olympics as well, and many more championships, in different sports. But here we have two Danish shuttlers who have quit this tournament, and now we also have monkey being sighted inside the stadium in a video. It's actually a cause of worry, sir. Can you, Mr. Hoover, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. It's very unfortunate that this has happened, because the Badminton Federation of India should have been better prepared for an event as big as this. When you talk about the Indian Open, when you're getting international players coming in to participate in this event, we got to be careful. We need to do the best to ensure that the image of the country does not get, sullied. So it's very unfortunate. And if players are saying things are bad, then it has to be taken into consideration. And there are certain players who are withdrawn from the tournament also. It reflects the country in a very poor state. So it's very unfortunate. And if the ladies are saying it's very difficult and they got to wear, cover themselves up properly so they don't get infected. So it shows that there's been utter negligence on part of the BFI and the organizing committee there. When you have an event coming up as big as this, you got to ensure every parameter is looked into, not just organizing the event, the cleanliness, the hospitality, the logistics, every aspect has to be looked into. And this is where the BFI has failed. It's very sad that we have international players, badminton players, criticizing us, saying these conditions are not good. Everybody knows what happens at the district level tournaments, at the state level tournaments, because the players are used to playing in such conditions. They don't raise a voice at all because they say, what else can you do? We have to play. Like as in the case of our stars, Sindhu and Lakshmi, saying that these conditions are okay. They're helpless. They just have to say, okay, everything is okay, because they're used to such scenarios. But when you have international players coming in, when they have seen the best around the world, they expect good conditions in India. And especially when it's happening in the capital, India capital, you got to have the best facilities available. So where I see it personally, it hurts. I mean, for foreign players to talk about saying conditions are not good, and then you have visuals showing monkey inside the stadium. How on earth can a monkey come into the stadium? I can understand pigeons coming in because they have some vent or the other to come in, and they will have bird droppings around the place. For a monkey to get into a stadium shows the utter neglect of the administrators there and the organizing committee.
Of course, we've seen that there have been lapses clearly, sir. But when a player talks about AQI pollution, how much do you think is in the control of any country, Because we also had Kidambi Srikanth talking about power cut for 1 full hour during a match in Denmark itself. But there is, so much of brouhaha. I mean, there's nothing wrong in, of course, raising concerns. And pollution is, a very, 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 very hazardous, situation that we are witnessing with the rising AQI for everybody, athletes and common citizens alike. But how do you think that, how do you see this, quitting and withdrawing of names and, the condition of AQI, the pollution being highlighted like this?
I mean, that shows like we have failed. As a government, we have failed. We should have addressed this. It's not just the foreign players that we need to worry about. They might just raise a doubt here or, raise some kind of a noise. But we need to consider about our own players, the conditions they play in, the conditions that our people live in, especially in Delhi or Punjab or Haryana, elsewhere. So we need to consider all that. A player coming and raising a kind of a thing saying that things are not good, it only shows that we are not bothered. We are conditioned to live in these kind of scenario, and we live with it. Whether the AQI is 348, 459 or 600, we'll have to live with that. So it has gone beyond control. So very unfortunate that we have let ourselves down. We are talking about India being a superpower soon, but this only shows that we are not prepared. And we are talking about hosting the 2036 Olympics when we don't even have our grassroots level correct. Our grassroots is in total disarray. It's in doldrums. And we are aiming big by having an event as big as the summer games, as the Olympic Games. And when the players are talking about conditions being so bad in an Indian Open, so it reflects very poorly. I mean, even a prime minister has to take this very seriously. He can't talk about saying we want to host the Olympics and then allow these kind of things happen, because all this matters. Eventually, when the committee, the IOC, Indian Olympic Committee, Indian International Olympic Committee, gives the go-ahead for India hosting the games, they have to see everything. For every aspect will have to be looked into. And health is one big thing on the minds of all players across the globe. So health is something that we think that they will have to really talk about, think about, and do something about it. If we continue
Right,
to
sir.
be in this kind of conditions where our AQI is so high and living conditions are pathetic and the playing conditions are so poor, I think there is a lot of things that we need to do. We need to start from the beginning. We hosted a Commonwealth Games. We hosted the Asian Games in '82. Then we had the Commonwealth Games. And what happens afterwards? Our stadia is always in utter neglect. Players don't even get facilities to play. So it's very sad. I mean, yes, we talk about Sindhu saying, yes, the conditions are okay. Poor girl, she has to say that, because moment she says things are bad, then it really is going to create a lot more trouble for the BFI and for this
Right,
nation as
sir.
such.
Well, unfortunately, we did not really see much of it all when it comes to the Paris Games. I mean, there was no AC, or whatever reasons were cited by the authority. There was no AC, there were cardboard beds and whatnot. But of course, we do understand when it comes to India, sometimes these things have been stretched out by the international players, as much as it's important to focus on the lapses as well. Many thanks, Mr. Joseph, for joining us on Republic TV. And my colleague Harsh continues to be with us from outside the stadium. Now, Harsh, of course, as we just hear, that there is a lot of condemnation from across across the industry members, the journalists and athletes, former athletes as well. But have you been able to talk to anybody from the administration or somebody who has been taking care of the infrastructure there, or any other athletes did you spot there? Did you manage to speak to them? What do they have to say?
Despite multiple attempts, we were not allowed to enter the stadium. However, there were visuals captured by my video journalist here that showed there were stray dogs roaming inside the stadium, despite the severity of the situation, when the situation is already under the media scanner, when the world is watching us ahead of a big tournament that is scheduled in August 2026. This is set to be the biggest badminton tournament outside Olympics, and this is being told as the starter of what is ahead. Now, when we sit here outside the KD Jadhav Stadium, that has now been turned into the practice venue, despite initial claims that this stadium is the official venue of the India Open. The condition remains poor when you see dogs roaming inside the premises where an event of such importance is taking place, where there is participation not just from India but from around the world. This is somewhat shameful.
Okay, many thanks for joining us with those details on that story, Harsh. We will keep a track on that story. We were shifting focus to now this controversy surrounding X, formerly Twitter. After a barrage of obscene pictures deluded X